Hello, hello everybody. Thank you so much for stopping in and joining me. I am on my way to do another general tarot card reading with some pre-shuffled card decks. I am your friendly local neighborhood demon slayer. So, let's ask the universe, what messages do we have for us? What lessons do we need to learn? How do we slay whatever demons we're faced with today? We got taking out the trash. We have balancing karma. Battling demons in the reverse. Hope everyone's day has found them well so far. We've got upgrades in the reverse. Okay. Honor and respect is out here. We've got two-faced in the reverse. I'm gonna do Angel Tarot deck. I was gonna say just Angel deck, but then I was like, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Take that one. We've got Judgment in the reverse. We have Knight of Swords. Alright, let's do one more round with everything. We have Dazzling the Masses in the reverse. We have Internal Forces reversed. One more for this deck, from this deck, for this deck, from this deck, whatever. What else you got for us, universe? Frantic Measures in the reverse. We have Prosperity here. Also have Connection in the reverse. Temptations in the reverse. Alright, the Ace of Swords in the reverse. We have the Hierophant in reverse. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And then the High Priestess in reverse. Y'all, let's see. This is definitely, this has karmic energy around it. But I really don't think that's a bad thing. I really think in this case it's going to be a good thing, at least with the outcome that's coming through. Alright, so let's start with our first line. We have taking out the trash with dazzling the masses in reverse. I really feel like this is somebody with some level of fame, some celebrity status, and who was doing some not so great things, okay? But the divines are here taking out the trash, and this person's the trash. I kind of feel like a masculine energy, but we'll see how it goes. We have upgrades in the reverse, prosperity, so it's another clue right here. This person has financial wealth. Or did, you know, like I said, this is just a general reading, so it could be past, present, or future, alright? But this person with some level of power and fame has financial wealth along with them, but they're not receiving upgrades. You know, the world has been going through a lot of upgrades. Humans have been receiving a lot of new codes and going through a lot of new upgrades within the past few years. Alright, but this person was not eligible. Not eligible. They missed the boat. Alright, and then here at the bottom we have the Five of Pentacles reversed and the Ace of Swords reversed. So victory is not theirs. I am curious about the Five of, let's get some clarity on the Five of Pentacles in reverse. We have Page of Wands in the reverse. So whoever this person is, they value money over life, over human life, 100%. This Five of Pentacles, they're not fighting over money or for money. They're not having to, you know what I mean? They're not straining for it. But I feel like it was in exchange for some type of human sacrifice. This is a human sacrifice we're talking about. Alright, so next line. We'll clarify later on, but let's get through what we've got here. So we've got balancing karma right next to internal forces. Alright, so the world, as you know, we're going into a huge shift. We're in the middle of the shift right now, okay? So he's receiving that bad karma that he's collected over all this time, all right? And internal forces in the reverse. So he's definitely driven strictly by external forces. This is not somebody who has connection with his inner self at all. I'm saying he. And I do feel like this is masculine. So this is a karmic masculine we're talking about. Now remember that can apply to females, okay, but it's a masculine energy. Right under that we have honor and respect with connection in the reverse. I feel like this person is in the media, okay? Because you can have a level of fame and not necessarily be on everybody's television screen, you know what I'm saying? But this is somebody who is on a television screen somewhere. Okay, so this person, this karmic energy, has the appearance of harnessing honor and respect. But in truth, there are no connections. In real life, there's nobody who's giving him honor and respect anymore. He's lost those connections, those authentic connections. Below that, we have the Judgment in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse. They did well. I mean, like we were saying, you know, they weren't receiving the upgrades. We already saw that out, and now this is proof. Like they're no longer being given the opportunity to take the next step and level up. They won't fully connect with their life purpose. even if they, and it also could be the situation where maybe whatever he's doing for fame, like I don't know, if it's acting or music or producing, whatever it is, or running a company of some kind, that may very well have been their life path. But when you start doing things wrong, you end up tearing those opportunities down. You end up losing everything, okay? And then that's what happened. His life purpose was taken away. It's not being offered to him anymore. It's not even on the table. Then the Hierophant in the reverse. So yeah, he's not connected anymore. Like I said, like there's no opportunity here. Nobody's helping him out in the spiritual realm. Now, don't get me wrong. For those who do want to turn their life around, there are always things available, right? But I'm talking like right now. This is karmic energy. We've got battling demons and frantic measures in reverse. Okay, so are we talking about then the sacrifice now? Because here we are, everything right up here is in the reverse. Battling demons, frantic measures, two-faced, and temptations. They're all reversed. Bro, I'm really getting that we're talking like entertainment business, 100%. And this is somebody who is jealous of somebody else. And the person that they're jealous of, they don't even have the level of fame that they have. They don't. At least not yet, But this is divine energy. Because if you weren't in divine energy, you wouldn't have been able to get out of all of the shots that this person has taken upon you. It's just pure jealousy is what it is. But I kind of feel like he's done this before. To other people in similar positions. It's like, this happens in every single industry, okay? Not just the entertainment industry. I mean, this is, if you go into a corporate business, you're going to see the same type of behavior with higher ups. Not all the time, but it exists to where, like, if they have an employee hired on and it's very clear that they're successful. They're successful. They've been successful since they were hired, right? So there's no question about it that they're going to be promoted and they're going to work their way up, and eventually they'll come to a cap unless they offer them that person's position, and they don't like that. So what they'll do is they'll purposefully, play something out or set someone up or find some kind of loophole to get them fired. Because that's what these people do. They're just straight haters. They're straight haters. But I'm telling you, this particular energy has got to do with the entertainment industry. 100%. But he didn't get somebody here. Somebody's divine energy blocked that. It blocked it. And you don't have the same means that this person does. You don't have all the black SUVs and the security team. Like, at least not when they came after you. You didn't. I don't know, like I said, past, present, future. You have to consider that it could be any of those timelines, right? At the bottom, we have Knight of Swords and the High Priestess in reverse. So yeah, this man, this karmic energy, that's all he is drama. He brings the drama, he brings the trouble, and he tries to slice people down. Like, this is the type of person that if it was a child threatening his business or threatening his work, threatening his fame, he'd come after them too. That's how low ball energy this is. And the priestess in reverse, like I said, no connections, no spiritual connections, no guidance, no help. Nothing's being offered anymore. Everybody's tired. So, but I have a question before we finish this reading. I'm curious, like I said, I really feel like I'm getting the energy that he's done this to other people. So I'm curious, who is the other person or people that they've attacked? Like what, and what kind of, and or maybe what kind of situation was that, you know? Three of Wands here. This tells me this was back in his early days. Like when he was first getting started and first started popping and getting hot. When he started working up to it. So his first sacrifice, that's a shame. That's a shame. Like he did this for fame, like purely for fame. He took somebody down and out for fame. And it was somebody else who was working towards the same or something similar. Wow. And I don't even want to say poppin', right? So it's not like he was super famous or anything like that. It was like, it almost feels like he got as far as he could get by himself, right? From there, he really needed to become part of a team or go under some kind of contract to help his ass out. To, you know, get him to a level to where he is making a little bit of money and all this other stuff. So, what happened to this person, the sacrificed person? How did he sacrifice this person? What did he do? Five of Wands. Before I say anything, I want to pull another one. I want to ask another question. It seems like it's whoever it is that he took, the person that I'm talking about right now, the first sacrifice he made for fame. The person that he sacrificed is a younger than him. Like it doesn't have to because I don't know how much this guy or how old this guy was when he first got started, but he was definitely older than this other person that he took out. Page of Cups is here. He got in by convincing this person he was their friend. Dude, he lied about a contract. He lied about going... He told this person who he had faked friendship with, right? I told you it was a young one, a Page of Cups. He faked a friendship with them to keep tabs, right? It wasn't because they were actually cool with him. He wasn't cool with them at all. I feel like this is a masculine, but he had or has balanced energies. Like, I'm gonna go as far as even to say where he doesn't really identify as one gender or another. But he's also not out here trying to like say, oh, I'm this kind of gender, look at me kind of thing. He's not, he's just really just being himself and allowing himself to experience what it's like to live in feminine energy, what it's like to live in masculine energy, and then living somewhere between, He was definitely comfortable in his skin. Like, you could catch him wearing a shirt with flowers all over it. Or Or you know what I mean? It's like being ballsy and bold enough to do things and wear things that people might not question, but he did it with such a confidence and ease that he really never had to face all of the other BS, you know? Because everybody could notice that he showed up as his authentic self, right? But yeah, no, this karmic energy told him that he was working on a contract with some kind of record company, okay? So he promised him something. I'm trying to figure out what. What did he promise this young guy? That he was going to take him with him and get him a contract too? That he wanted to just work on a couple tracks together or do a couple episodes together? What are we talking about here? 4 of Pentacles. Well, we know he wants control. So is that through him contracting him? Whoever this is, they're a producer now. This is music. This is music. I'm sorry, that just came to me kind of like out of nowhere. But presently, wherever this story exists, if we were to call this the present, he is a producer. But he started out from the bottom making music. So the karmic energy offered, or he convinced this kid, I'm just going to call him a kid, okay? He convinced this kid that he was going to hand off the kid's mixtape to the same people who were about to sign a contract with him and said, hey, I'll pass this along, I'll put a good word in, and they're going to offer you a contract. Well, then he kept playing along, like this contract was actually a thing, and this dude really, really had some kind of contract drawn up, like a shitty contract, obviously, but it was not from the record company. I don't know who it was with, if it was with him or whatnot, but it wasn't real. And I'm just picking up that he led this dude on to the point where when this dude got his contract and everything, oh, he had this kid in, like, put up investment, like financial investment. Like, they said they'll work with you, but they need some kind of like investment to you know, make sure that you're real with all this and that you really want to do this and blah 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 blah. Was trying to get this kid to pay out money somehow or another. Maybe telling him that he's got to pay for his own studio time. I mean, some studios offer those contracts. But that's what I'm getting. It's like, but he was taking the money and keeping it is what was going on. So like I said, this was not a real agreement or a real contract. But this dude definitely took money from this kid. And this kid didn't have much to begin with financially. At the same time, this dude actually gets offered a contract, and kind of this kid gets kind of swept under the rug because he lost all his money. And the dude took off and never fulfilled anything that he said he was going to do. He didn't give him a leg up. He didn't even give these people his mixtape, you know? And it was, wow. That's so messed up. So I'm curious, I'm sure other people are curious, where is this Page of Cups now? Because the reason I brought up that he's a producer now is because he's still doing shitty contracts. He's still doing shitty contracts. It doesn't, not with everybody though. Not with everybody. Like, he's doing the shitty contracts with people who he knows has money, but don't really have the talent to cut it in the industry. Like, he's making people believe that they're stars and this and that, and they're really not, you know? He knows their stuff is just poop, but he's building them up and making them feel good about themselves, and it's making money off of it because he knows they have money. These particular people that he's feeding on, they have money. He has some kind of money to be paying him. And then the Five of Cups in reverse. So whoever this Page of Cups is, this young kid is, he's doing fine. He overcame everything. But I do understand that he did take a fall because of that. He's also saying it kept him away from the spotlight from that point on. He realized the danger behind this industry and how easy it is for people to slip in between the cracks and to become victim and prey for some of these individuals out here. And how power hungry and greedy people can be, and what they're willing to do to secure that, or fame, you know what I mean? It is crazy. So what are you doing now, young cub? What are you doing? I know you might not be young anymore, but yeah, you're helping. I say you. I mean, this could be your energy, don't get me wrong. It's just I'm trying to keep everything in a certain perspective so we all are on the same page and understand. But this kid, the one that was attacked by this karmic energy, he's helping other people now. He's helping other people now. So I'm just nosy. What do you help people with now? Like, what sector? I'm curious to see if it has something to do with all this. The Fool, and then the King of Swords. Yeah, you're helping other people who are either under shitty contracts, or you're helping them to prevent from going under shitty contracts. Wow, that is beautiful, and thank you. Because you know that industry is so messed up, yo. If y'all could see and experience even just half of what I've seen and experienced, this wouldn't be such a surprise. And I feel like the world is getting to that point now where a lot of this is coming to the surface, and it's not a surprise to anybody anymore. And all it does is just make everybody in the entertainment industry look like shit. But that's what's happening. I mean, look at the news and the media and all these celebrities that are getting caught up in doing what they're doing. It's all being exposed. It doesn't matter how much money they have. They did it. They're receiving consequences right now, aren't they? And they're pretty harsh. Because you don't do that shit. Don't do that. We don't do the human trafficking, all right? We don't fucking do that. We operate with integrity. We're changing this. We are changing the name of the game. We are here to change the name of the game. All these artists out here who've been working on themselves, doing this, doing that, guess what? While these motherfuckers are falling, these divine people are rising. And a lot of people have been going through a lot of stuff in the last few years, 3 to 5 years. That was all to help build you. Not even talking about the entertainment industry. This is everybody on planet Earth. It was all designed to build us, to make us smarter, to open our eyes, our ears, our hearts, stop talking so much, focus, and really pay attention to the cues that tell us what's real and what's not. learning discernment, learning how to protect ourselves, learning how to not become a victim of manipulation or victim of anything really. You know what I'm saying? It's making us stronger so that for those of us who get through it can elevate. And we can elevate knowing that we have fortified our auras. We have fortified our energy. We're not going anywhere. We're not going to be falling for any slimy, tricky little games of the trade, you know. We're coming in educated on our understandings. We have connections. It might not be here in the physical, which is not much to say anyway. Because when we're talking about in the spiritual, that's where true power and protection come from. That's where it really is. Because that encompasses everything. So, thank you, young Paige, for stepping up. Thank you for using your pain to go out into the world and help others to get out of their painful situations. Thank you so much for standing up and being a real fucking human being. Thank you. And as for this karmic stuff, I mean, they're done. They're done. They're not going to go down without kicking and fighting, right? We know that. But they're going down. We don't see in this reading that the money is going down, but I'm telling you, when you take the High Priestess away, that's the only place that it can go. Because we are in this year especially, people who have been doing the most for the longest are the ones getting hit. This year. So this person's going down this year. Or some version of that timeline, right? This can't obviously apply to multiple timelines, multiple people, right? I'm just trying to give us examples of how all of this works, you know? Thank you so much to everybody who stopped in and joined me for this reading. I think this was a great reading. I really feel very bad for everyone who's been taken advantage of and shut down and sacrificed for other people for fame. And I'm so glad that there are people out here willing to go out and help the people who have found themselves entrapped into some kind of illusion for fame. For, you know, thank you. And I will be here for another reading eventually. Bye, y'all.